Hello my friends, Kurt Berglund back with you. This is a first look video at a game that I am excited about, and I think you might be too. It has not released yet. The game is called Pocket Pennant Run, and what I'm going to do is to show you the elements of the game today and talk about what you get with this game and why I think it's fun and such a great value. Then, on December 31st, that's right, New Year's Eve, I'm going to do a demo of the game to show you how the game plays. The website will launch on January 1st. I'm going to put the details in the description for this video so that you can be on top of it. To answer some questions right off the bat, all of the teams are available, all of the seasons are available, and yes, all of the players are available for this game. Now, there's two ways you can purchase the game. You can purchase it in this version, or you can purchase it as PDF. But, and believe me when I say this, I'm not an expert on all of the games currently on the market. We are in the golden age, after all, of baseball cards and dice simulation. But I think it's the most inexpensive game on the market. There are other videos on YouTube that the creators of the game have already posted. You can take a look at those and see what those look like. I'm going to show you the game parts today. One other thing that you get with the game is online access, so that you can sim any games you want with the batting orders and the game instructions that you want, and get the games played that way as well, although that's like a quicker play, but you get a very detailed game report. So there's a lot of pieces to this. You get a cards and dice game, plus you, with a very small footprint, everything fits in this box. You get a cards and dice game, you get computer access, you get all the teams, you get all the players, and you get 10 years of Japanese teams from 2011 to today, I believe, and they're working on more, and Korean teams as well. It is fully customizable, so if you want to create teamed all-star teams, hypothetical teams, if you want to create fictional teams, all of that is very doable on the website, and you're good to go. Let's take a quick look at some of the game pieces that I want to show you. But the first thing I want to show you is, if you order the cards and dice version of the game, which again is really inexpensive, you get 8 teams plus the computer access. These teams are the size of a normal playing card. All of your team information is contained on these cards. This is glossy finish. You have everything here to play a game. We'll talk about what that looks like in just a minute. You also get scorecards, small ones, so that this game is about as portable as can be. Give you an idea of how big the scorecards are. Here's a playing card right next to it. These are small scorecards, but on the scorecard, there is room for all the player ratings. If you have those, you're ready to play. You can also skip those and refer to the team card if you would rather do that. All right. Then, if you print the player cards, and we'll look in more detail at what these look like in just a moment, but this is an example of a printed player card. Now, you can print these any size you like, of course, on any card stock that you like, holding this next to the playing card size, so you get an idea of how big these are. They print 9 per sheet, but again, you can print fewer per sheet and make them larger if you want. The batters, the hitters, position players go on one side, the pitchers go on the other side. This is what I find myself holding while I play the game. So I'm looking at this like a lineup card, really, to see the players on the bench and the players that are available to me in the bullpen. All right, with all of that said, let's take a look at the game components and see how it looks. This is your box. This is a golf pencil. To give you an idea of the size of the box we're talking about, the creators and designers are Matt McKeever and Craig Harris. Very good guys. I've already interacted with them a bunch on Messenger, and very easy to work with, very receptive to ideas. And what the box says on the back, Pocket Pennant Run is the only full-fledged baseball simulation that fits in the palm of your hand. Using just a few simple charts and an intuitive multi-point player rating system, teams and players from yesterday and today come to life, performing just like their real-life counterparts. Pocket Pennant Run is simple enough to be learned in minutes, yet steeped in enough strategy and realism to appease even the most experienced tabletop gamers. It's baseball like it ought to be. You have what's inside the box: 3 colored D12 dice, 8 chart cards, 8 roster cards featuring the most recent playoff teams, 4 score sheets, more available online, including a full-size page. If you don't like this size, they have a full sheet, score sheet if you'd rather do that. A mini pencil, which is right here. A rule book, and a license to download free PPR Manager software. The PPR Manager software lets you manage your teams and your rosters however you wish. All right, let's take a look at some of the game components that I haven't shown you yet. This is the rule book. It's very intuitive. You're playing in minutes. This is the size of the directions. Again, comparing this to the pencil, you have directions on one side, you have directions on the other side, and that's it. This is all you need to look this over, and you're rolling dice. Speaking of dice, Pocket Pennant Run comes with 3 D12 dice. 3 D12 dice, and I'll show you more about how these work in the demo. There are these cards that you need to play the game. This is the footprint. These are all regular playing size cards. You start with a roll on the pitcher's card. You may then need the batter card. You may need a position roll, but notice the colors here correspond with the colors of the dice. The red die tells you what to look at on the pitcher card. The yellow die most often tells you what to look at on the batter card or the control card for the pitcher. The blue die tells you other information. Could be for the power, if the batter's power comes into play. Could be for a defensive rating outcome. Could be for a base running outcome. If you roll triples of the same number, like a 5-5-5, let's say, you would refer to the injury chart, which tells you what happened and the severity. You have a full menu of strategy options, including the bunt and the hit and run. On the back side is just the logo for Pocket Pennant Run. This is what you need to play the game. This is your footprint. Now, if you'd rather, there is a full sheet that you can print to look at instead of these cards. There's a full sheet printout that you can print when you get access to it, and have that instead of using these. Now let's look at a team card. You get the top 8 teams from the 2021 season. The starting pitcher, or all pitchers, are rated for fatigue, pitching ability, control, and then their defensive rating. This is whether they can start or relieve along the left column. Here is their righty-lefty pitching. Here are your relievers. Here are your starters. They all get a pitching rating, a control rating, and a defense rating. There are lefty-righty splits in the game, so you have to pay attention to, does the pitcher have the platoon advantage or not? If he does, that affects the batter outcome. Speaking of the batters, they're on the back side, and you get their position or positions, plural, which way they hit. They are rated for their batting ability, their power, their speed, and their defense. You can see, for example, for Jace Peterson, he's a utility player. Most of these players have one position. Some have more than one, like Travis Shaw or Jace Peterson. Again, batting ability, power, speed, and defense. It's easy to play, and it's easy to start rolling right out of the bat. Your first roll, the first thing you look at is the red die. The red die, based on the pitcher's pitching ability, which is rated A, B, C, or D, could end up being an automatic strikeout, could end up referring you to the pitcher's control, which results in a walk or a strikeout typically, could result in a referral to a defensive player's rating, could result in a referral to a batter card. And this is where, very quickly, the lefty-righty splits come in. If the pitcher has the platoon advantage and you have an A hitter, and it's a righty-righty matchup, so the pitcher has the platoon advantage, that batter drops to a B. The games I've played so far, I've played 3 of them, 2 MLB games, 1 Japanese game, the NPB. I've had a lot of fun. They play in less than a half an hour. And actually all 3 of my games, none of them were shutouts, but both were, I think all the teams scored under six runs or less. A lot of fun. Plays fairly quickly, fully customizable, and I think this is where Cards and Dice Sims have to go in the future. This is my editorial. You've got to have a small footprint. I think if Cards and Dice Sims are going to work in the future for the next generation, you better not have loads and loads of charts and taking up lots and lots of space. So I'm excited about this from that standpoint as well. I will subscribe to my channel, and you'll get notifications on my Christmas. There I go again. My New Year's Eve demo of this game. It's a lot of fun. I think it's worth a look. Check out the information in the description for the video below as well. Thanks for being with me. Hope you have a wonderful day, everybody. The game is called Pocket. Here we go. Pocket Pennant Run. And I think it's worth a look. Have a good day. So long, everybody.